Rain lashed Gotham City, a relentless downpour. Sirens wailed in the distance, a mournful chorus. A criminal empire tightened its grip on the docks. Guns, money, and fear were the night's currency. Batman perched atop a stone gargoyle, his silhouette grim and determined. His cape billowed like a living shadow. He surveyed the heavily guarded warehouse. Inside, the audacious crime boss held court. The boss believed Gotham was finally his. Batman's eyes narrowed, focused. Bruce Wayne's whispered vow hung in the air. "Tonight, it ends," he murmured softly, a prelude to swift, decisive action. He launched himself from the gargoyle, a dark projectile, against the stormy sky. Grappling hook shot. A metallic hiss. He descended silently towards the warehouse. Security cameras scanned the perimeter. Batman moved between their blind spots. He landed softly on the warehouse roof. The rain slicked the corrugated metal. He approached the skylight, almost invisible. He observed the thugs below, armed and alert. The crime boss laughed, counting stacks of cash. His men celebrated, oblivious to the impending doom. Batman prepared his next move. He pulled a device from his utility belt, a small, spherical EMP grenade. He aimed it precisely at the skylight. He dropped the device through a small opening. It fell silently towards the warehouse floor. A faint hum, then a blinding flash. The warehouse lights exploded into darkness. Chaos erupted among the criminals. Shouts of confusion, then panic. Batman smashed through the skylight. Glass shards rained down around him. He landed amidst the disoriented thugs. His form, a terrifying ballet of shadows. The criminals fumbled for their weapons. Fear became his most potent weapon. He moved like a phantom in the dark. A punch, a kick, a silent takedown. Men vanished into the oppressive darkness. Their wild, desperate gunfire was futile. The crime boss's laughter turned to a snarl. His empire was crumbling around him. Batman's assault had begun in earnest. The warehouse became a terrifying maze. Shadows danced, concealing his every move. The criminals screamed, lost in fear. He was an unseen force, a living nightmare. The boss made a desperate dash for an exit. He believed he could still escape. But Batman was always one step ahead. The night belonged to the Dark Knight. His grim determination fueled his actions. Gotham's protector had arrived. The city's darkness met a greater shadow. The warehouse plunged into darkness. Chaos erupted. Batman, a shadow among shadows, moved silently. A thug fumbled for his weapon, eyes wide with fear. Batman struck, a blur of motion, then vanished. The thug crumpled, unconscious, into a stack of crates. Another guard fired wildly into the blackness. His bullets ricocheted, sparking off metal. A low growl echoed from above. The guard looked up, fear gripping him. Batman dropped, a silent, dark avenger. A swift, precise strike to the temple. Another criminal fell, unseen. Fear became Batman's most potent weapon. Men whispered, "He's here," in terrified tones. Their comrades disappeared, one by one. Wild gunfire continued, futile against the unseen. The crime boss, from his elevated office, watched in horror. His empire was crumbling around him. He grabbed the briefcase, his face pale. A desperate dash for the back exit. He fumbled with the lock, his hands shaking. The door creaked open, revealing a dark alley. A silent, imposing silhouette blocked his path. Batman stood there, unmoving, a dark sentinel. The crime boss froze, his escape thwarted. He dropped the briefcase, defeated. Distant police sirens wailed, growing louder. Red and blue lights flickered through the warehouse windows. Commissioner Gordon and his officers burst in. They found unconscious thugs, neatly subdued. The crime boss, disarmed and terrified, stood before Batman, Gordon surveyed the scene, a familiar sight. He nodded, almost imperceptibly, to the Dark Knight. Batman turned, his cape swirling around him. He moved towards a broken skylight. Gordon watched him go, a silent understanding. Batman stood on the rooftop, overlooking Gotham. The rain had softened to a drizzle. The city lights twinkled below, a fragile beauty. He surveyed the sprawling metropolis. His gaze was grim, yet resolute. A faint smile touched his lips, almost imperceptible. He whispered, "The city doesn't need a hero." His voice was a low, gravelly rumble. It just needs someone who refuses to lose. A final glance at the recovering city. He turned, a dark figure against the dawn. His cape billowed around him, a silent farewell. He launched himself into the urban canyons. A grappling hook shot upwards, disappearing. He swung silently between towering skyscrapers. His form became one with the night. The city slowly awoke, unaware of its protector's vigil. Gordon sighed. A weight lifted from his shoulders. The police secured the scene, methodically. Another night. Another victory for Gotham. The first rays of sunlight touched the gargoyles. Batman was already gone, a legend once more, leaving behind a city reminded of its protector. Its darkness would always meet a greater shadow.